Okay. How you doing?
Excellent. How are you doing?
Good. ADHD, those long conference, I don't know. But anyway.
It's a lot of information.
Oh, yes. Thank God it was.
We tried to keep it concise.
Yeah. I think all the media has ADHD. They were starting to get tired of the end. Anyway, you are?
Susan Holt, the CEO of the New Brunswick Business Council.
Okay, what was going on in there?
That was our technical briefing to the media on the results of the supply chain study that Deloitte did on the shale gas industry.
Who's Deloitte?
Deloitte is a global accounting and consulting firm.
Then it was a voice. It was no person.
That's right. So
you've been in contact there.
Yeah, well, the Deloitte folks are traveling all over the place, and they've done this work for us and handed it in. So we've asked them some favors to help us explain it to media and others. So they were able to conference call in today, but they weren't able to be here in person. Thor and Derek are based out of St. John, the two of them. They leveraged their partners in Calgary and Houston and other parts of the St. John office to do the work.
So the people we hear were from St. John?
The people here.
The people that we hear on.
Oh, that's right. The people that you heard live in St. John.
It's not that
I don't know where they were today.
It's not that far from St. John to. Oh, so they might not have been from St. John.
I don't know where they are today.
Okay,
no, sorry. Right. Yeah, so, they live in St. John.
So the bottom line here, there was a lot of talk about business, good for the economy.
We think that New Brunswick businesses will have the opportunity to get a new client and new business opportunities if shale gas develops in New Brunswick. That's what we had Deloitte look at. We wanted to understand whether, if this industry develops, is there any opportunity for New Brunswick business, or is it all for external businesses? And what we found was, yeah, there are businesses today in New Brunswick doing the kind of work that shale gas developers buy when they advance development. So that was good news to me for New Brunswick businesses.
You mentioned wells. With an S.
Yes.
How many wells do you think they could find? We don't know yet what's going on.
But that's why they're exploring, right? They're exploring to try and understand what is the resource, how do we get at it, is it feasible, is it financially viable? So we certainly don't think that any company would advance a development program based on 1 or 2 wells. We think at the smallest level we'd be looking at 10 to 25 wells for test case. And at extremely high levels of development, like you would see in Pennsylvania, we'd be looking at 500 and into the 1,000 levels of wells. Those are often on a multi-pad site, from what we understand.
I never hear much talk about the environment. There wasn't much. It was just business.
No, that's what we were looking at. We were looking at the supply chain for shale gas. What built to a shale gas developer? So some of those are environmental businesses, people who do surveying, permitting, environmental approvals, those types of professional services businesses who deliver environmental services have opportunity here.
Got a question.
Yeah.
You want business to come here. If shale gas comes here, and let's say in the outskirts of Miramichi, they're right there, there's 10 wells, blah, blah, blah. And after 10 years, they move on, and the water's destroyed. How can new business after that come there if there's no water?
Well, if there's no water, there's lots of questions associated with that. But that's one piece that we're trying to understand, and that's one piece that I think the government is working on regulations to make sure that any development doesn't impact our water supply.
So what do you see people look at this in 10 years from now? What do you have a prediction?
What I see is, based on the information that I've been given, so the Business Council had Dr. Adrian Park, who's a geologist from University of New Brunswick, come and talk to us about the geology of shale gas exploration and development. And he explained to us that the water tables would not be impacted by the activities underground. And so he relayed to me a fair amount of confidence that our water would be safe from underground activities. And the government has relayed to me enough information around their regulations at the wellhead for casing and cementation that suggests to me that our water will be protected. So what I see is opportunity for jobs and businesses in New Brunswick to gain a new client and bring dollars into New Brunswick from outside that will really help our economy. And that's something we desperately need right now.
You mentioned Dick Cheney Company, Halliburton, what do you call it?
Halliburton.
Now, if you turn around, now this was passed. Shale gas started with George Bush without a proper environment impact assessment. So Dick Cheney was involved in that. He's going to come here. Isn't that scary?
Halliburton coming to New Brunswick isn't scary to me at all. Halliburton in New Brunswick to me sounds like an opportunity. They're a global company with lots of resources, lots of staff and expertise. And if my business had the chance to partner with Halliburton and receive some of their money, I would be very interested in that. Not scary at all.
How's the baby?
Oh, she's excellent.
Excellent?
She's talking. She can put 3 words together now. She can say, "Mommy, hoodie, please," and
Would it be scared?
runs all over the place, climbing.
Would it be scared to put her beside a well, environment-wise? No. I just thought about this. I'm sorry.
No, you know what? I think that we have, from everyone that I've met who's working in the field of regulations and environmental approvals and surveying, they are passionate New Brunswickers who care very deeply about our water and our land and our environment, and they're working their damnedest to make sure we have good regulations, that the job's done right, and I trust them.
You're good. Thank you.
Thanks.